Hello, dear listener, and congratulations for downloading Sea Stories. Commiserations if you thought the QR code was a lunch menu. Unfortunately, we won't be serving you a sandwich, but we will be serving you a big fat slice of narrative, time travel, and hope for the future. Take a breath and ground yourself here in the Maritime Museum in Greenwich. Look around you, what can you see? Some old sea captains jumping from the bust of a ship. A propeller peeking over the wall. The north wing, the west wing, the east wing. Perhaps you can see a man with a hat. Perhaps there's a man without a hat. Perhaps there's Larry, our friendly cat. In front of you, beside you, or behind you, there should be a map. A map of the globe. You, brave adventurer, will travel through time to 2050 and hear a live sea story from our agents in the field. They will explore our blue planet in 2050, visiting marine protected areas on the Californian coast, the icy seas of the Arctic, and in the Pacific Islands. They're celebrating a momentous day, the anniversary of 3030, the drive to conserve 30% of the oceans by 2030. You don't know this yet, but dear listener of 2021, it really was a success. How are we going to embark on a crazy time travel? Well, it's technology that you can't yet understand, and if I do tell you, it might interrupt the time continuum and cause your ears to explode like giant pizzas of jellyfish. So trust with us, adventurer, and take our hand. Find a nice little peaceful bit of coast. Close your eyes. I can see you, I can tell you're not doing it. I said close your eyes. Okay, well, if you're too embarrassed, just humor us. Pretend to close your eyes. Clench your fists together. We're about to jump into the ocean, and don't worry, you can just wear your imaginary swimming costume. Feel the wind in your hair as you stand on the coast. You might be on a windy beach, at a busy industrial port, or getting your fish and chips dive-bombed by a seagull. But we're about to go live to our reporters in the field, Oliver and Robin, as they stand on the Californian coast. And they're about to jump into the sea, into a former urchin baron.
3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. We're sinking down, Robin. Now look, the light is receding at emerald shafts of sunlight beaming through now.
Oh, it's like being in a beautiful diamond cathedral.
Oh, it's a bit tickly down here, all these green seaweeds.
Oliver, I don't mean to alarm you, but I've trodden on something.
Are you okay?
There's a small amount of pain in my foot.
Do you think you'll be alright?
I don't want to be dramatic,
Well, don't
but
then.
I do feel that in these circumstances that you should go on without me and just seek help.
Sea kelp, that's it. I've just realised what it... Hang on, let me get that out of your foot. This is sea kelp, not any old seaweed. This is a baby kelp forest. We must be in one of the new marine protected areas. Robin, you're not even listening to me.
I've met a little sea otter. He's so cute, he's like a floating teddy.
Oh, it's so cute.
I've called him John.
That's lovely.
He's so cool.
How do you know his name's John?
I just implied it by the way that he was.
That's so nice.
He's been gesturing over there.
Has he?
Okay. He says there's a big kelp forest just down the road.
John should know. Wherever the sea otters come, they munch up all the sea urchins. Well, not all of them, but most of them. And that gives the kelp a chance to grow. It grows at 0.5 metre a day.
So Robin and Oliver get otter there. They move to a deep, dark kelp forest, where Robin helpfully and knowledgeably points out the flora and fauna that have returned.
What is that in the corner? Moving dark and slow.
Oh, that's a bat ray, Robin.
What is that over there looking like a musical instrument?
Robin, that's a shovel-nosed guitarfish.
What is that over there looking like a swatty gherkin?
That, Robin, is a warty sea cucumber. It's so strange in here. These kelp must be as tall as a house.
Whoop-oo! Science bubble! Can you see it?
Oh yeah, I can see that.
There are some small people inside. I think they are all children.
Maybe it's a school trip. Let's see if they've got anything to say. Can we connect through our nano communicators?
Hi guys, nice to see you.
What have you guys been seeing here in the kelp forest?
Lots of interesting fish. I mean, there's one that has like a see-through head and it has like extra eyes and everything. It looks kind of freaky, but it's pretty cool. But I really like the kelp because it grows so fast.
And I can also see some sharks and whales, and it's really incredible watching them. The whales are massive and they're a beautiful dark blue against the colour of the sea. It's really exciting and it sort of feels like I'm also swimming next to them.
Thanks for telling us about the forest, guys. Bye!
Whale.
Let's stick our thumbs out.
And hitch a ride. Wow, we're caught in the slipstream. Listener, we're off.
Well, as those two crazy little scamps jet off on the back of a humpback whale, gives me a chance to tell you about the importance of places like the Californian coast. In the 1930s, Monterey Bay was a scene of degradation and pollution, but through legislation and protection, it was able to recover. By 2021, Monterey Bay was a bustling metropolis of flora and fauna, and those ecosystems served as life rings of hope that floated to the surface, that told us that if we gave nature space, it could recover. Even the Thames outside your window, dear listener of the Maritime Museum, was declared biologically dead in the 1950s. But by your time, it was one of the cleanest rivers in Europe. And by our time in 2050, it's a thriving natural kingdom bursting and teeming with life. There are carp, there are perch, there are river oysters, there are seals, there are eels, there are dolphins, there are sharks, there are fish, there are robot fish, there are fish that fish for robots and robots that fish for fish, but in a sustainable way. There are sea mangoes, there are river coconuts, there's a tortoise called Lucy, there's a bridge made entirely by otters, but not because they had to, because they volunteered to, because they were so happy. And over time, the deep attention of science has allowed us to understand these environments and know how to protect them. Science has also taught us new things about our humpback friend. Humpback whales used to be seen as threats to fish, things that could consume whole shoals. But humpbacks migrate across the ocean, doing big poos wherever they go, and their poos feed phytoplankton, and phytoplankton keeps the waters full of oxygen and allows the fish to thrive. And now, dear listener, wherever you may be on the coastline, find your way to an open ocean. Any patch of blue, it shouldn't be too difficult. 70% of the world is comprised of water. And 70% of you.
I can see a great mountain of ice floating past us. I think we must be in the Arctic. It's so cool.
Good job I've got my 2050 nanothermal underpants with added laser technology.
Wow, that nanotechnology really is great.
Can you hear that?
I think a ship is coming.
I'm going on board the Rosabella. I'm going on board the Rosabella. I'm going on board right down to the board. So
I'll try and sing back to get their attention.
Good idea.
Rosabella, Rosabella.
Hello. Do you need hauling up?
Yes, please.
All right then, haul away.
Thanks for rescuing us. I loved your singing. Sorry if I was out of tune.
Actually, we're not out of tuner at all. Fish stocks are great. You're actually joining us on a momentous occasion. Welcome aboard the Rosabella. Me and this merry band of fisher people, we're on our first fishing mission here in the Arctic since 2021.
Oh, are you the captain of this ship then?
Me? Oh no, I might have a big beard, a peg leg, and a big barnacle right on my knee. But I am in fact the scientist.
Yes, and I'm the captain.
People always get that mixed up.
Robin and Oliver follow the scientist down into Rosabella's monitoring hub.
Back then, melting ice was revealing new fisheries up here in the north. But instead of racing to take whatever they could, the nations of the world decided to step back and do the hard work of science, studying the ecosystems and learning how to come back sustainably.
It's that school trip again. I'm going to try and talk to them through the power of my nano-micro walkie-talkie. Oh, hi again. You guys are in that same submarine. What have you seen in the Arctic?
It's really cold, and I keep seeing the polar bears darting past me, eating lots of fish now that the fish have returned.
Wow, what was it like seeing a polar bear?
It's like a massive cloud underneath the water as they swim past.
Hey, the captain and the scientist mentioned that you'd been here on the Rosabella, on the monitoring hub. They want to know if you liked it.
You can see the different swarms of fish and it all looks very sciencey, which it was interesting to see people who were very passionate about fish. I mean, I've never met anyone like that before.
I know what you mean, Maya and Z. The scientist is obsessed with fish.
I love having you guys here, but when I'm back home, just to make myself feel like I'm at sea, I have a bath, I put salt in it, and I put a fish inside.
Okay.
I fish in my bath. I regale the tales of the sea.
Foolishly opening their umbrellas in an Arctic wind, Robin and Oliver were sucked up into a storm and transported across your map and across the globe. Wow, what an insane story. I love that fisher guy. He was crazy, and some incredible voices there sounding suspiciously like Oliver and Robin. Well, if I sound excited, it's because I am. It is so exciting to return to fishing in 2050, but that could only happen because of the deep attention of science and that drive throughout the 2020s to balance our voracious appetite for fish and seafood with the needs of marine life. As you can see, the fishing industry is now one of the biggest advocates for sustainability and a manageable future. And so we rejoin Robin and Oliver. To travel with them, visit any island on the map.
Crowd's approaching so fast.
I'm scared.
Good job I've got my nano parachute with added laser technology.
Oh, an atoll.
This is awkward, Oliver, but I don't actually have any money on me. I don't think I can pay a toll.
Oh, no, not atoll. It's an atoll. It's a ring of islands in the ocean.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, exactly. The Pacific. This is Kiribati. Look, Robin. Can you see? Just below the surface over there. It looks like streaks under the water.
I can see dark shadows like silhouettes of roofs. That was some good swimming. Oh wow, speeches, Sandy. Good job I've got my coconut bikini.
Okay.
Is your clothing edible?
Where did you get that? No.
I made it. I fashioned it out of some coconuts.
That's really... Hey, this building's really cool. I wish I could live here.
I wish I could have a party here.
Let's sit down on this bench and have a little think.
There's a plaque. It says the Anote Tong International Centre of Ocean Stewardship.
Hey, I've just realised where we are. That's the Phoenix Islands protected area. Oh my goodness, it's one of the originals. This is still one of my favourites. I can't believe we're actually getting to see it in real life.
The Phoenix Island Protected Area was set up by former President of Kiribati, Anote Tong. When it was established in 2008, it was one of the largest protected areas of any type, land or sea. The Pacific Island nations have long led the way in promoting conservation. And that stewardship continues to today, to 2050, and it's been vitally important.
Wait, Robin, are those kids again?
What? They're coming out of the Marine Stewardship Centre.
We'll try and get hold of them on the nanophone.
Hey guys, what are you doing here? You on a school trip?
No, I'm actually an ambassador here.
Oh, so you've got quite an important role in the stewardship of the oceans.
Now we do, yes. They're very open and they listen to everything we say, and I've been telling them about what I've seen on my travels.
Why is it so important for young people to have a voice?
It's important because in the future we're the ones that are going to be there, not people who made the mistakes.
Wow. Okay, bye.
Oh. I can't believe we didn't realise they were ambassadors.
So embarrassing. I should have got them some Ferrero Rocher or a velvet hat.
Yeah, I knew I'd seen this.
By 2050, there had been a sea change in the distribution of power. The world recognised the importance of listening to nations like Kiribati, who were deeply affected by climate change and ecological collapse, but were some of them least responsible for its causes. It was a shift that has brought real focus to the needs and value of our oceans. Many of these islanders have had to relocate as the seas rose, but they have migrated with dignity due to their far-sighted planning that they themselves pioneered. This internationally powerful centre stands as a bittersweet testament to the difficult changes that we continue to make to ensure the future of oceans and the people that they sustain. Our 2050 is complex, but full of life, hope, and cooperation. But this is only one possible future, and we only exist if you imagine us.
Well, Oliver, that was fun.
It was. I had a nice time.
That's good. What a crazy adventure. Hey Z, Ambassador, do you think you've got one final message for the people of 2021?
Stop wearing puffer jackets. They're not cool.
One Monday morning in the month of May, one Monday morning in the month of May, I thought I heard the old man say, the Rosabella will sail today. I'm going on board the Rosabella, I'm going on board the Rosabella, I'm going on board right down to the board, the salt sea Rosabella.